Battle's never-say-die attitude during the Missouri game highlighted what his coaches and teammates had always known. Every time he touched the ball, the show was about to begin.
Kenny Battle, what a name, Battle. I mean, somebody must have known because he wouldn't let you lose. There was no way to really measure what he meant to your team. Everybody had a power outage on their team, but you never had one with Battle. Your team always had power. Because if ever somebody started to lose a little power, he was just a generator. You know, he's just a human generator is what he was.
What made Kenny such a special basketball player is his ultimate confidence. He was not afraid of anybody. He had Jordan-esque type confidence. You never saw him waver one bit in what he wanted to do. Secondly, his energy level was off the charts.
I ain't never seen him get tired. Never. That guy can run up and down the court all day, 24/7.
I remember us at a party one time on campus, and I saw Kenny dance for 4 hours straight on the dance floor, and not come off, not for a rest. He just stayed there dancing.
Nobody outworked Kenny Battle. Nobody out-hustled Kenny Battle, period. Kenny Battle worked just as hard and played as hard the first day of preseason workouts at Huff Gym as he did with the Final Four on the line.
The first week I remember Kenny coming to practice and I thought, boy, this won't last. I mean, he's all hyped up, he's going like crazy, he's running all the court. 2 weeks go by and I said, this won't last very much longer. Month goes by, month and a half. Finally, I'm a little slow, I finally figured out, this guy is like this every day.
I thought I played hard and competed until I saw this guy compete. I mean, this guy was like an Energizer bunny. If practice was an hour, he gave you 190% from the first hour to the last second. This guy was the greatest competitor, bar none, at any level that I've ever seen in my life.
Though his Illini career only spanned 2 seasons, Battle scored 1,112 points, produced many unforgettable moments, and forever placed his name in the lore of Illinois basketball. Beginning his senior year, Coach Henson began an Illini tradition that remains today. Each year, the player who shows the most heart and hustle is presented the Kenny Battle Award. It can probably be said that there is no player ever in the history of Illinois basketball that is more beloved.
Kenny was Mr. Excitement. Everybody wanted to know about Kenny, you know. I'm on the team, but, you know, people want to talk about Kenny. And what's Kenny like? And he was the draw, you know, of that whole team. And there were so many great players, but he was the man, and there was no disputing it.
Kenny's got this attractive personality that is very uncommon. You don't even see it a lot in the same sport. You see it possibly in a business sense where there's a CEO, and you kind of wonder how he got there because everybody likes him. Kenny's the same way. He's one of these people that I call him touched because he's got this aura around him that you can't help but love him.
No one personified the name Flying Illini more than flight number 33.
Kenny would get people all the time. We played Florida, inbounds play. I mean, I've never seen a guy jump that high.
The one that really stands out in my mind was up in Evanston. It's always a rough game for Illinois when we play up there. And the fans were right on you, and they do all kind of derogatory things and say all kind of derogatory things to our players. And of course, Kenny Battle was one that they really rode hard. Anyway, Kenny Battle had a breakaway. And as he broke away, we know he's gonna dunk. I mean, it's just what kind of dunk. And when he jumped, he started spinning. He started spinning in the air, and he went around like a 360 and slammed it. And I think that's the one I remember the most because when he came down, the entire student section was silent.
People don't realize Kenny has actually jumped over people's heads and dunked on them. When he gets that boom boom, and he takes off, get out the way.
While Battle was electrifying crowds, the Illini continue their winning ways. After beating Missouri in the Border War game, they won 8 more in a row to carry a 16-0 record into a nationally televised Super Bowl Sunday showdown with Georgia Tech. To add even more fuel to the fire, a #1 ranking for the Illini was on the line.
We had beat Georgia Tech in the Maui Classic, you know, back in December. So we knew it, you know, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a different game. We're at home. We got everything to lose. They have nothing to lose.
After the first 20 minutes, it looked like the Illini were going to let the #1 ranking slip away. Led by sharpshooter Dennis Scott, Georgia Tech led by 14 at the half.
They came out on fire. We're sitting back, and Coach Henson called the timeout, and everyone's sitting back and looking up at the score, and we're like, man, we're at home. You know, this can't happen here in Assembly Hall. And, you know, we just put it together and said, hey, we got to play our butts off to win today.
After falling down 16, 10 seconds into the second half, the Illini cut the lead with back-to-back alley-oops that re-energized the crowd. With just over 3 minutes to play, a Steve Bardo 3 gave the Illini their first lead. But at the end of regulation, the score was tied at 74 apiece. In a hard-fought first overtime, the Illini needed a Kenny Battle block shot to extend the game. During the second extra session, the Illini pulled away. After a Nick Anderson 3, a Bardo jumper, and an acrobatic Battle layup, the crowd was in a frenzy. But this epic battle will always be remembered for one last play.
Kinney drives, left corner, double team, back out to Smith, 1:29 for the game, 32 seconds on the shot clock. Bardo to Smith, bounces for Battle, slam dunk Battle, and he's fouled! Woo! 96 to 84!
They was in a scattered defense, I should say, and the ball was up top. Larry penetrated, and the guy that was guarding me rotated up, and the guy that was on the opposite side rotated across. We went up, and I knew I had to get up higher than he was, and I did, and I got it through, and, you know, that was it. You know, the bench went crazy, the fans went crazy, and the team on the court went crazy.
Kenny goes baseline. I mean, the guy's in front of the rim, and Kenny goes up with two hands, and it's like a plane hits another gear, and he took off and kept going, and like went up and just threw it down right in his mug.
Now a deep pass with 2 seconds to go. Larry Smith slam dunk at the buzzer. Illinois has won it.
With the 103-92 victory, the Illini were on top of the world, but it was short-lived. When they got to the locker room, they realized they had lost Kendall Gill to a broken foot.